Hey guys, welcome to my fourth JavaScript tutorial, and today we're going to be learning about some statements. What statements are in JavaScript, but first, JavaScript is actually just a big sequence of statements uh, within your browser and in the JavaScript document. But unlike HTML, JavaScript is very case sensitive, so you have to watch for capital and lowercase letters when you write your statements in JavaScript. Also, when you call and create variables, and when you do objects and functions. Those variables and objects and functions and stuff like that we'll get into later. But today is just about statements. So, but basically, a JavaScript statement is a command to your browser, and the purpose of the command is to tell the browser basically what to do. So, okay, so this statement right here that we're going to do. So first you have to write your script tags. I got mine already set. So this statement right here, so document dot write in your parameters, type in I don't know, hello uh, host, hello host, how are you? So that's basically that's your basic statement within your JavaScript. So, and basically what it does, it tells the browser to write hello host, how are you on your browser, and I might want to add that to that. And at the end we're going to add a semicolon. So it's usually normal to add semicolons at the end of your statement of your at the end of your executable statement, but most people just it's just for good programming practice. But most in most JavaScripts you'll obviously see the semicolon, but it is optional. According to the JavaScript standard, it is optional. But the browser, it's easier to use when you use semicolons. It makes it possible to write multiple statements within on one line. So I could write one more document dot write. I'll just do a simple hello. So it just basically lets you have more than one on a line. So that's what the semicolon does. It just makes it possible to write multiple statements. And alright, so, but it is optional. But let's get into a bigger JavaScript statement. So we can take this out, but we're just going to take this out. But leave your document right, because I'm going to use that. We're going to use the document write function, document write statement, excuse me. So we're going to do in your parameters and within your quotations, we're going to do an H1. This is basically header 1. And then we're going to write this is the first header. And alright, we're going to close H1. And then to close that, and then close your parameters. And I'm sorry for this. I need to pause this for a minute. Honestly, I'm here. Okay, so what we just did is we just wrote our first heading. Sorry, I need to change that to heading. So what this is, it's going to write the heading for this document. So we're going to put a semicolon, and we're going to go down to the next line and put document dot write. And in our parameters, let's do a paragraph. So put a P, and then we're going to do this is the main paragraph, I guess that works. And we're going to close this one off. And let's see, outside the parameters, put one more semicolon. And now we need to, oh, sorry guys, need to end the quotations. So now let's go to our third line. Let's do, I guess, another document write. Let's just do one more. And put in our parameters, put in our quotations. And what do we want to put in here? Let's do another paragraph, I guess. And this is the next paragraph. End our paragraph, and there we go. And let's add one more. Excuse me, guys. Let's add a semicolon, and there we go. So, what this is going to do is it's just sequence of statements, and each statement is going to be executed in the order they are written. So, hold on, guys. One more second. I need to. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Basically, it just does it in order from the heading to the next paragraph. And what this does is it'll write a heading and then the two paragraphs on the web page. So let's just go ahead and save this, and we'll run this in Firefox. Let's open this up, and okay, there's your heading, and we got our paragraphs. So we got our heading written right here, and we got our main, and then the next paragraph. So we got that done. That's what it's going to look like. Let's just move this over. Alright, that's what it will look like. And next, let's do some JavaScript blocks next. So JavaScript statements can also be grouped together. It'll start with a left curly bracket, so it just goes right here, so it goes that, and then it'll end with the right curly bracket, which is basically that. All it does is, the purpose of it is to make the sequence of statement execute together. And the example will write the heading and the two paragraphs on the web page at both at the same time. So we'll save it. We'll go into our Firefox and we'll refresh. And it just prints out the same thing, but it prints it out all together instead of one at a time like it usually does. So next we can do, I think that's all I have for today. Okay, so it just basically demonstrates the use of a block. Normally a block is grouped together with used to group statements together in a function or in a condition, where a group statement should be executed if a condition is met. But we'll talk about that more later, and you'll learn more on functions and conditions later on in these tutorials. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Keep watching, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial.